All right, everybody, welcome to TFT Finals. Super excited to get this underway. It has been a little bit of a while since the groups. But yeah, excited to be back here and casting some TFT. We have group stages concluded last week. And we had 3 groups, 12 players total going in. Top 8 would go on to make finals. We had a couple of unfortunate lineup changes. Both the Tidsy and the Illuminati, who made finals, placed first and second in Group B, were unable to make it tonight. So they're going to be replaced. S-King JKJ, he's going to be jumping in at that 7th spot, which I'm excited about, since he actually was not able to make it to the finals on a tiebreaker scenario. So there was a 3-way tie in Group D for 2nd through 4th, and both Sapper and Wookie made it on, but he drew the short straw and was unable to qualify due to tiebreaker scenarios. So glad to see him here in the finals. So I feel like order is finally restored, which is awesome. And then I'll be playing the 8th player and just spectating and intentionally losing, and hopefully going out early enough to not mess with any loss streaks. So that's the play here, and so we're gonna roll with that. A couple of compositions to keep an eye on, some top compositions really, and I think probably the one that was played the most during the group stages was Elderwood Brawler, Elderwood Brawler and Mage with Fireguard carry. That's definitely been ever since Vanguard and Mage were buffed in the last patch, been a really strong composition that players have been working with a ton, especially here in this lobby. I think at least half of the players ran some kind of Elderwood Mage composition in the group stages. We see here Blue Flare putting forward a couple of Divines with 2 Duelists and the Jax and the Yasuo and the double Vanguard. Really strong items here. Already with the Deathblade there, Blue Flare probably going into one of our top compositions in TFT right now, Divine with Warwick carry. Deathblade's a really good item on that Warwick, and he has the early Jax combined with the Wukong, so able to get that trait really early. Let's keep an eye on Blue Flare. I expect him to kill it with Divine here. See if anybody else is leaning towards any compositions that they're showing early. Duelist is pretty good right now. I'd say A tier. It did pick up a couple of wins in the group stage, some Duelist compositions, a couple of high placements at least. So we have a Chosen Fiora with the Duelist, as well as paired with that Jax for S-King JKJ. Now with the 4th Duelist in with the Yasuo. See what Wookie's running here. He's got the Vanguard trait, got a couple of Tom Kenches and a Katarina on his board. Wookie actually ran a lot of Warlord during the group stage, so I expect him to go back to that. It's a pretty solid composition. 9 Warlord is kind of hard to attain since you need both the Chosen and the Spat. But if you're able to get 9 Warlord, go like a Katarina carry or save items and go with Azir carry, it can be really good. Next is Brandless. We'll go through what he's running right now. Moonlight already got 3 of those guys with the Brawler trait past Maokai and Silas. So a really strong upfront composition. I usually don't see Moonlight succeed without Diana carry. Used to be really good with Aphelios carry. So we'll see what items and playstyle that Brandless runs. Let's make sure we don't have anything in right now. Dieter Restart, we haven't covered him. He also is running Moonlight and already has the Chosen Moonlight with the 5 Moonlight spatula. So 2 champions now are upgraded as a result of 5 Moonlights. That's insane for him to get there that quickly. Brandless and Dieter Restart running the Moonlight composition. Sapper Squad, also with the Chosen Moonlight with the Silas there. Pairing it with the Brawler and the 2 Sharpshooters, so hasn't really revealed where he wants to go with this composition yet, has Sapper, so just 2 pretty strong early game traits that I imagine he'll be using to transition into something towards the mid and late game. And then lastly, we'll talk about Tuba here, running Double Dusk with the Thresh, and I imagine a Vayne, or no, that's just a Chosen Vanguard Thresh. A Chosen Vayne. I saw the Thresh on S-King JKJ's board accidentally. Pairs that with a Sharpshooter and then 2 Keepers, so another really strong early board. We'll see if he leans all the way into Sharpshooters. Hasn't been doing super hot right now. Jhin is usually the main carry of Sharpshooters. But yeah, we'll see where it goes with that. So a few people already kind of showing compositions early. Some strong traits towards high tier, S tier compositions, and a few just running some strong early boards. So finals lineup, everybody here knows what they're doing, so it'll be exciting to watch. We see Brandless possibly looking for the Jax there, and if not, he'll go to maybe that Nunu with the sword on it. Is going to be grabbed up. Ooh, Blue Flare lets him have it. Takes the Vygar with the belt. Brandless the only one undefeated with the chosen 2-star Lissandra for the Moonlight trade, and the Diana will get leveled up there, pairing it with a couple of brawlers here. Puts in that extra Maokai as he hits level 5. Wookiee pushes 5 right now. You usually want to pre-level before the first carousel so that you hit 5 during the carousel. Or I'm not sure exactly when the timing window is, but the point is to hit 5 during the carousel such that your shop on 2-5 will have a higher chance, will have level 5's worth of chances of getting units. So we see Brandless going versus S-King JKJ and his duelists here, so 4 duelists versus 3 Moonlight. And it looks like Brandless's composition is going to take this once again. It's the Yasuo versus the world right now as the Garen gets taken out. Won't finish up the Diana, so S-King JKJ drops down to 7th place, tied for 6th. Brandless on fire here. Blue Flare kind of transitioned out of the Divine composition. Still has the Irelia and the Jax, but is actually putting the Chosen Warlord Brawler there to pair with the Maokai. Does have the Elderwood trait as well. So a unique divergence here from all-inning on Divine. One thing that's really kind of separates the best players from the better players is that the best players will not tunnel so hard into a composition they want to run, but will pick up the units on the board that are best just at that time and try and build up win streaks as much as possible. I might have forgotten to sell my unit that I got. Make sure to do that. Yeah, as we keep an eye on the Blue Flare versus Didrisard, if I remember correctly, is this one that still has the, still rocking the 5 Moonlight. Effort to sell there. Sapper Squad on a win streak, we'll take a look at him. Also with the Moonlight, hasn't deviated away from that, still with the Chosen Moonlight Silas there. Pairing it with the level 2 Nidalee and the Brawler Nunu there. There we go, take a look at now. Into the neutral round at the end of stage 2. Definitely want to be on a win streak when you hit this. So Sapper and Brandless going to be feeling really good about that one. Tuba still looking at Dusk. Does have that chosen Dusk Vein with the Giant Slayer, so might really be playing around that. Has added in the Thresh though, and the next Dusk would be the Riven. I can't tell who that other Dusk is. The Riven, the Lily, and then the third one. I actually genuinely don't remember who that is. Oh, the Cassiopeia, that's right. S-King JKJ, we'll take a look at him. Still has the 4 duelists there with the Chosen Fiora. Not the ideal Chosen, but still can be a really strong early power spike and is doing pretty well there, sitting in 5th place. Hopefully I'll be out of this game in 2 more rounds. Let's take a look at the Wookiee Warrior. Got the Elderwood going, so we saw Wookiee Warrior run a Vayne carry composition earlier on and did pretty well with it. Vayne carry is kind of hard to pull off in the late game. As Brandless loses his first round, I'm guessing to Tuba based on the chat. Blue Flare still rocking the 3 Warlord with the Chosen Vi there. Tuba and Wookiee both with their putting their items on their Vayne. Take a look at Wookiee versus Brandless here. Got that Katarina in there. It is a level 1 with or a 1-star. We'll see if he's able to get the ult off. is going to get it off, and is going to do a decent amount of damage, but it's really up to what this Vayne can do. And the Sharpshooter proc actually takes care of the Nidalee, but Brandless squeaks out on that one. Nice. I'll be eliminated hopefully this round. Take a look at Blue Flare here. Watch his next comp. Deathblade is definitely, I mean, these obviously aren't items for the Vi. He's using the Chosen to store them. My guess is, since he's keeping the Jax, is just bought a Lux, is that he's saving that for the Warwick. Hand of Justice, I'm not sure what that's called. What's that fist? Yeah, Hand of Justice. Oh man, I have to stay in for another round. Yeah, Hand of Justice is not necessarily the best Warwick item, but it's pretty good. So I wonder if he's saving that for the Warwick or looking to put that on another carry. But I still think Blue Flare will go to Divine here once he picks up his Warwick. Interesting to see him not really put the Divine trait in. And I could be proven wrong if he doesn't go with the Divine composition here, but interesting to see him not put any Divines in until maybe he unlocks that Warwick later. We're in the carousel right now. Wookiee picks up the Spatula along with S-King, JKJ, and Sapper. Those are all 3 spats gone. What does Sapper want to use that Spatula for? Not sure. Might be Sharpshooter to get that 6 Sharpshooter. Wookiee would use his for the potentially the Warlord if he's still trying to go that. He's got the Katarina in there still. Doesn't really have any other Warlords. So I wonder what he's going to do with that. And then at the other spat. S-King. Alright, who have we not jumped on board? Dieterisar, let's take a look at him. Still rocking that 5 Moonlight. Is that going to be a... Who's going to be 2-starred here? Diana and the Aphelios is going to be 3-starred here. Kind of good to go out. Oh man. Harkens back to the old days of Aphelios carry with Moonlight. It was really good. In fact, it was so good, it was overpowered. One of the best items with the Aphelios was the Guardian Angel. Because Aphelios' turrets can still operate while in the Guardian Angel stasis, so you get extra damage while you're respawning, which is really strong. Grabs a level 2 Nunu and a level 2, and another level 2 Aphelios for the board. So my guess is... he'll probably end up... See, he's trying to find more Lysandras. He's trying to find more Dianas and Silases too, but... Ah, man, if he can get... I'm wondering if he's going to keep the Diana and the Silas in and go for level 3 on everything. But if he can get one of those to level 3, then the Aphelios is able to hit 4. Which is really interesting. I wonder what he goes here. Kind of fascinated by the Moonlight trait. Takes another dub. Let's jump on board somebody else here. Tuba picking up another win. Still running kind of an awkward Sharpshooter, Keeper, Vanguard, Dusk hybrid. Seems to me to still be some starter traits. He hasn't really evolved his composition yet. The Sejuani in there, the pair with the Thresh, a really strong Vanguard composition. And the Jhin back there. Might pull in another Cultist at some point. And there's the 4th Dusk as the Riven gets put in. So I think Tuba's really leaning towards the Dusk here. Pulls out the Sejuani. So likely that's there just for the Vanguard trait. Sejuani giving him 3 Keepers. So I wonder if he gets rid of the Kennen. Or sorry, the Riven giving him. So I wonder if he ends up getting rid of the Kennen and placing in another Cultist here. That'd be pretty strong. Blue Flare. Still rocking the Warlord Elderwood, and yeah, it's crazy. You can tell like this is not the final composition he's going to be running, but he's able to put up these win streaks on the board just by running really good stuff. May not be like the final form, but it's still really good traits. Rosart, we just kind of took a look at him. Let's jump on board Sapper Squad here. Got Moonlight versus Moonlight here. The Diana with the Sojin is the carry, at least right now for Sapper, but you can see, I guess I misread that the Diana with the Sojin was actually for in favor of Rosart, as you can see there. On board the Wookiee Warrior, who's gone full into Elderwood, found his Ash with actually fairly decent items on the Ash. I do like that. Probably best items, or one away from being the best items. You put in a Giant Slayer for the Static Shiv, and I think you have the best Ash items you can get. But still a really good composition paired with the Hunter with the Kindred. If he can get some of these 2-starred really quick, that's going to be the problem, is he really needs to get some of these 2-starred. Otherwise, his units will just be, as a whole, weaker. But the Ash is looking really strong right now. Let's see if the Aphelios can 1v4. So they fixed the GA Aphelios interaction, so his turrets no longer shoot well in the stasis. So that was the big nerf, and that's what made Aphelios really strong back in the day when Moonlight was the play. So yeah, that nerf was actually pretty big for him. I guarantee you old Aphelios would have taken out 2 or 3 more units while in the stasis with his turrets firing away. So yeah, curious to see what Wookiee does here. He really wants, like I said, really wants to get this Nunu, this Ash, this Veigar at least 2-starred. Does have the Warwick there, but already has 2 Brawlers. So I wonder where he'll put that in. Might try and pick up a set to pair with the Warwick to get in 4 Brawlers. Let's jump on board Brandless here with his Moonlight Brawler combo. Has the Ezreal in there as well. Pairing with the Lissandra for the Dazzler. Level 5 units are so strong in this meta right now. Or sorry, 5 cost units. Legendary units. Jumping on board Tuba here. Got that 6 dust completed, so is able to put the spat on the cannon. So it looks like he's going to be keeping the cannon around for the long term. The Jhin and the Elise are hanging around, one providing Sharpshooter with the Vayne and the other providing Keeper, but I imagine he'll either pair this with a 3rd Cultist or he'll end up pulling the Elise and putting in something else. Like a 2nd Vanguard, maybe the Sejuani. Because right now the Elise without the Cultist trait isn't doing much other than diversifying the shield that the Keepers provide. The level 2 cannon is big. Oh, got some nice Riven items. I want a 2-star that as quickly as possible, just 1 Riven away, but with low econ, doesn't have a lot of wiggle room there. Jeweled Gauntlet gets slammed on the cannon. Delta saying that Jarvan's going to be coming in here for 4 Keeper. We see Tuba versus Wookiee. Still with the level 1 Ashe, Nunu, Veigar, and Yuumi. Oh, this cannon's going to do a lot of damage with this ulti. And yeah, just one-shots those level 1 units. This is going to be the trouble for Wookiee. He's got a really good foundation for his composition with the Hunter, Brawler, Elderwood. But just with too many of these units sitting still at 1 star, just doesn't have the raw strength to be able to handle some of these. Kane in here for S-King JKJ, and he's doing whatever he can right now. Got the Exile trait and the Duelist at 5. Swapping some units around, pulls in his 3rd Adept. Takes the Kane out actually to get a Divine as the Aurelia goes in here. Yone with Divine Spat. Take a look at his fight here. Goes against Blue Flare and his Warlord Elderwood hybrid build. Yeah, Jax is such a good unit. Even this level 1 Jax with 3 items just tanking 3 or 4 people. S-King JKJ keeps himself alive. See Sapper Squad, the tail end of his fight with Tuba. As Tuba's Riven is now online. Really wants that level 2 Riven, but is winning combats without it. So Sapper Squad and S-King JKJ both down in single digits. Holding on right now as best they can. Let's jump on board Dita Ressart here with the 5 Moonlight. Really putting those items on the Diana and the Aphelios. So right now with the 5 Moonlight, it'll be the Aphelios and the Silas that'll get upgraded to level 3. But if he's able to find one more Aphelios, then it'll be the Silas to 3 and the Aphelios to level 4. Which would be a really huge spike for him. So that's the play here. And then eventually if he's able to get that Silas to level 3, then it'll be the Diana and the Aphelios up to level 4. So that's the long play, but with several other people running Moonlight, it might be hard for him to find those last few Aphelios and Silases. Kalista 2 for S-King JKJ to solidify that duelist trait. Really wants a 6th in there, but already has outstanding units in, so I don't imagine he... I mean, in order to get a 6th duelist, he would have to get rid of an Adept or one of his Enlightened or Divines, which he probably doesn't want to do right now. S-King JKJ, we see him versus Wookiee Warrior. Wookiee holding strong at 34 HP. Oh, that Jax is just dodging too many autos from the Ashe right now. Oh, the Yone not able to finish off the fight, and Wookiee is actually going to put S-King JKJ out, so... Gonna jump him into 7th place there. I'll get 2 points for that finish. I'll show you guys the... Show you guys the standings in between each game. Reminder, we are playing 3 games, 3 matches tonight. So everybody started at 0, and the player with the highest points at the end of the 3 games will be declared the winner of the tournament, which I'm excited for. Onboard Sapper Squad here with the 3 Fortune play with the set. And 4 Sharpshooter as well. Gonna go against Dita Ressart's high power Moonlight composition. We'll see what the set can do. Diana and the Aphelios just too much right now. Can the set get off another high impact ulti? And he will, but just doesn't do the damage. You don't have the AP on that set, and Sapper's gonna go out in 6th here. Gonna grab himself 3 points. So we update our board there. Brandless here, man, this is crazy. Look at this composition. Not a lot jumps off the board. He's just positioning really well. Does have 2 legendary units, which I think is doing him a lot more good than immediately realized when looking at his composition. Does have like an awkward 3 Elderwood, 3 Cultist, 2 Divine, 2 Dazzler, 3 Brawler setup, but he's picking up wins. We'll see him versus Wookiee Warriors. That Lee Sin starts kicking everybody off the board. Wookiee's Ashe is staying alive, but not long enough. The Kindred will pick up another unit, but Brandless will win that one. Brandless's clone will also beat Dita Ressart's composition here. Still hasn't found that last Aphelios there. Has the Ezreal on the board. He's trying to pair it with the Katarina level 2, trying to pair that with the Diana for the Assassin trait, and of course the Elderwood there with the Dazzler spat, or the Dazzler trait with Lysandra. I'd like to see him get another Hunter in there for Aphelios, as he is the real carry. or one of the two main carries. Take a look at his combat now. Looks like he's going to be fighting... Oh, we just went through a carousel. Forgot to take you guys through that one. Shroud of Stillness. Wookiee 6 Elderwood 3 Hunter. Has put that Warwick in. Really wants to hit level 8 and look for something like a set. Let's jump on Data Restart here. Got the Katarina with the Shroud in there. Has adjusted his units a little bit. Gonna be going against Tuba's Dusk composition. Tuba actually hasn't lost in quite a while. Kennen and the Riven are tearing through this lineup, and Data Restart's gonna lose a lot more HP than he wanted to out of this round. Tuba loses 2 units total. Data Restart down to 5 HP. Tuba absolutely on a roll right now. Let's jump on Blue Flare here, as he has put in his Warwick, but his items are on his Jhin. So the 4 Divine gets hit with the level 2 Lux being put in. Kindred with a Dusk Spat to go level 2 Dusk with the Cassio, who's granting Mystic with the Shen. Finds the Yone for 3 Adept. You can see a lot of emphasis being put on these legendary units, these 5 costs. They're so strong right now. Wookiee, finally see he has his level 2 Ashe in there. Kindred being made a Divine there. And the Shen, along with the Yone and the Ezreal, just too much. Data Restart manages to win his combo versus Brandless, or win his fight. Still really close here. We have players on 8 and 5, and then the top few. Tuba is the one that has not lost in a while. He's the guy to beat right now. With the Warm Mogs, he'll most certainly slam that on either his Thresh or his Jarvan. Not sure which one I'll put that on. Yeah, so the Elise has come out and the Azir's gone in for that 4th keeper for Tuba. See if he drops this Warmogs on the Jarvan or the Thresh. Either one will be fine. I expect it'll go on the Thresh, given the way he has his board positioned, but we'll see. That's a big chunk right there. Warmogs goes on the Thresh. Oh, Data Restart finds his level 3 Aphelios. So now with the Moonlight, the level 5 Moonlight, so we're being alerted to a Brandless level 2 Azir and Aatrox. So yeah, with the Moonlight trait, the Aphelios will now get, oh, I'm sorry, the Diana's going to get 4-starred. Not sure how that's decided with both the 3 items. His combat here versus Blue Flare, really close. The Aphelios gets kicked in and is actually going to get kicked out. It's Diana versus the world here right now, but too much work being done by this level 2 Lee Sin. So many strong legendary units. Data Restart gets put out. Meanwhile, we see the Wookiee Warrior falling as well. So Data Restart will go out in 5th place, grab himself 4 points. Wookiee will go out in 4th, grabbing himself 6 points. Alright, got our top 3 here. Blue Flare, Brandless, and Tuba. Jumping on board Blue Flare here, who will be playing against Brandless's clone. An interesting fight, which actually looks to be completely now dominated. Settle won't do enough damage. Blue Flare will win that one out, and take a look at Tuba as he beats Brandless as well. So Brandless looks to be the one that's going to end up losing to both Blue Flare and Tuba. Now we see the top dogs fight. 6 Dusk, 4 Keeper versus 4 Dusk. And then a bunch of other stuff with carry items on the Jhin and the Ezreal. Blue Flare hitting 6 Dusk as well. And it looks like Blue Flare is actually going to get destroyed by Brandless here, so that keeps things interesting between them two. Meanwhile, Tuba keeps on winning here. Not much more to be done there. We'll go into the carousel. Blue Flare picks up the tier here. What'll Tuba go for? Goes for the Gargoyle Stone Plate. Imagine he'll slam that right on the Thresh as well, since he actually has 3-starred that Thresh.